Very impressed. I think the numbers are incredible. To put it in perspective, they've reported 1/4 of their fiscal 21 year, and they doubled their annual guidance effectively. They went from guiding for $900 million for the fiscal year to $1.8 billion. Simply an incredible first quarter beat and second quarter guide and annual revision. Never have seen something of that magnitude in my 20 years covering technology.
There were security concerns around Zoom and Zoom bombing and where those servers were actually going. There were competition concerns around Zoom, Facebook, everyone else wanting to get in this game. How is Zoom overcoming some of those concerns, and how have investors climbed that wall of worry?
Sure. I think their response to the security concerns has been incredibly effective, and it'll probably go down as a case study in how-to for crisis management. If you may recall, they actually paused all their R&D for 90 days for new features just to focus on security. They very quickly fixed all of the known security issues. They've upgraded the encryption they use. They're committed to rolling out true end-to-end encryption, which would actually put them ahead of all their competitors, including the likes of Microsoft and Cisco. So I think they've actually turned security from a major liability at one point there to what I think will be a strength competitively. And speaking of the competitive front, sure, there are definitely competitors gunning for them. There have been for a long time. And I think there frankly will be a lot of growth in the market that will probably be a bit of a rising tide for all of them. But I expect Zoom as well as Microsoft with their teams and Cisco to do very well. But I think Zoom is going to fare quite well competitively. Particularly, I think their security is going to actually be a positive differentiator from them going forward.
Rishi Jaluria joins us as well, Senior Vice President at DA Davidson. Rishi, how sticky do you think this enormous spike in customers they've seen, how sticky do you think that will be once the coronavirus crisis subsides?
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. Look, my take is I think the stickiness is going to remain, because once people get used to a major process change, like using video conferencing and video conferencing that's easy to set up and work, over the standard kind of ways of doing things, it's very, very hard to switch. It's not that switching costs are hard. It's hard to get people to adopt solutions that don't meet up to how well Zoom works and how intuitive and easy it is. I would actually argue that once the coronavirus effects hopefully subside, we might actually see even more momentum at Zoom's back, as the limitations of more legacy solutions like Cisco WebEx begin to show, and companies start to say, look, we need a better solution now that we're out of triage mode, and that switches people over to Zoom at an accelerating rate.
Rishi and Rich, thanks so much for joining us.